evening, everybody. I want to welcome you to New Moon Manifesting. Tonight we're going to be talking about the Scorpio New Moon and some other crazy things that are taking place with planets right now that will hopefully help you in understanding yourself and navigating your life more effectively. I'm Jana Groscost. I'm a metaphysical teacher and healer. Welcome, everybody. I see more people jumping on. Hi there. So I'm going to dive in a little bit. I want to welcome all of the new moon manifestors with us. The way this basically works is I'm going to talk a little bit about lunar cycles, some tools to help you in manifesting more and managing your own energy. And then I'll open up the lines for questions you may have or anything that you want to share that you're wanting to manifest at this time. Then we will go into a meditation to help set our intentions. We're actually going to be doing some clearing work today because there is a lot of very rich, abundant energy around prosperity, money, success, and some huge opportunities to heal some of these elements of our lives and ourselves so that we can step into our true power and what it is that we really, really want out of life. So, and then I will open up the lines again for a final question, comment. I know it's not always easy to talk after meditation, but I want to give people that opportunity. So if you do have questions, you can raise your hand during the event. And if not, I'll catch your questions in between the meditation. So let me share my screen for those of you who can see this. And even with Zoom, you know, I know a lot of people don't like to be seen on video and it can be distracting, but what I find is you can actually turn your camera off and still watch the presentation. So just note for next time, if you want to do something beyond just calling in. So let's start with a little share and we'll share our screen like this. And we hit present. All right, so I'm calling this Scorpio New Moon clearing the path. And there's a lot of energy that some people may see as destructive. I see it as an opportunity for growth, and we need to release the past before we can step into the future. So if any of you are holding on to long-held beliefs, any emotions that are still wound up around, this is going to be a great new moon for actually releasing. Normally we release with the full moon, but this particular new moon, Scorpio, water sign, one of the deepest emotional signs, this is going to be a great one to release some of those long-held beliefs and, you know, values, patterns, programming, all that good stuff. So this Scorpio new moon is taking place on October 27th at 11:38 p.m. I wanted to give you all a couple of days for processing before you got to the new moon, because we have this opportunity between now and then to really set some powerful intentions around abundance, success, money, your personal values, emotional growth, and anything else that kind of comes up for you. So just kind of keep that in mind. So this new moon is very emotional. It can be quite intense. Think about, you know, the water signs, they are under the surface, right? So everything that's hidden in our psyche, anything that's hidden in our psyche could come to the surface. We can get triggered by other people. We can get, you know, emotionally pulled into various situations based on what's taking place in our lives. So just be aware and be the observer. It's easy to react, and this is a time of really, you know, taking that step back, observing what's taking place, how you're participating in it, how you want things to change, and react to it. Or respond to it, don't react to it. As a water sign, this is very intuitive, and so you may have a lot of very interesting dreams that are coming up. Just tune into those and what the messages could be. Your soul thinks in images, and so dream time is a great time for those images to come to light and give you insight into what's taking place with you, what needs to be healed, what your next step is, those types of things. Scorpio is all about transformation, and this is one of the reasons that I love the Scorpio energy. It's like let's clear the slate. Let's get ready for the new year. And that Scorpio energy helps us to really metamorphosize from what the old caterpillar was and create that new beautiful butterfly. This is going to be a very liberating new moon, provided that you can navigate your emotions, because those are going to be the trigger points that kind of either hold you back and keep you in the old patterns, or you break free and step into something brand new. So the new moon always takes place when the sun and the moon are together. It's the divine masculine and feminine coming together. They give each other a quick little hug, and then within 2 days, they start going their separate ways. So the sun and moon, we're integrating the divine masculine and feminine. So just notice what's coming up. If there's power struggles within your own imbalances with masculine and feminine, or maybe it could be power struggles outside of you, this will help you navigating what needs to be resolved. In addition to the sun and moon, we also have Mercury and Venus in Scorpio. So the past couple of new moons, we've had these personal planets traveling with the sun and moon. And Mercury is all about communication. It's helping us to identify and speak up and speak our truth and really value, who it is that we are and what we want to rewrite, how we want our life to look, and really putting words to that, communicating what that message is, and making sure that that communication is aligned with what's taking place inside of you, so that your soul is driving all of this and it's not the ego or the intellect that's doing that. Venus is the goddess of love and money, and she's really supporting us and honoring our personal needs. So notice what's taking place. If you need to take time off and downtime, this is a great time to really honor that and be engaged with what it is your body, your body is a messenger and what your body is telling you. So I pulled up a chart. This person's birthday is actually in Scorpio. I wanted to show you a couple of interesting things. If you can't see this, it's really important for you to pull your own astrology birth chart with transits so you can see which house this is falling in for you. This will help you in setting your intentions and making sure that you're maximizing this particular new moon. So down here, so Scorpio is this little M, and we have the sun and moon and Venus and Mercury all down here in Scorpio. Now, this particular person has a lot of planets. In addition to the sun, they have Mercury, as well as Venus, as well as Saturn and Uranus, all in Scorpio. So this person has a lot going on with this new moon. So as these planets are transiting, they're moving through Scorpio, they're activating the natal planets for this person's chart. For them, this is taking place in their third house. This relates to being social, communication, writing, speaking. It's about education, making sure that, maybe they take a new course or sign up for something so that they get the information that they need to take themselves to the next level. Now, one of the really fascinating things about this new moon is opposite of the sun, exactly on the day of the new moon, we've got Uranus, and Uranus is in Taurus right now. And Uranus is that higher mind of God. It wants to simplify things. It can be very destructive. This could be something outside of you that helps you see yourself better, that shakes you out of old patterns, that helps you realize maybe what you've been deeply mired in, what you're, we kind of get in our head and we're spinning our wheels about certain situations or relationships or, anything that causes us worry and distress. And it's kind of like a whirlpool where we're just spinning and spinning and spinning. And, because that's taking place in Scorpio, it's on a very deep level. So it's, as I'm saying this, I literally see this funnel going into the earth. And so recognize that this is an opportunity for you to see maybe where you've been so caught up in your own thoughts and emotions that you're not seeing the bigger picture or the cosmic picture or what the next step is. So there may be some force outside of you that would be the Uranus energy that is sort of shaking things up and getting you to realize this is where you're at, you're overthinking or overprocessing this, and this is what you need to let go of so that you can make this next step. Another reason that I love this transit taking place is these are both in money houses. So the second house relates to the money you make, the money that you save and invest. And it's all that personal side of money and how you make money, how you value yourself related to money. So Taurus is really shaking up. Uranus is really shaking up how we value ourselves. And this is all on the physical plane. So we've got Scorpio taking all of this emotional stuff and sort of burning and churning through it and bringing it to the surface with Uranus. So again, notice what's taking place for you, what's getting cleared out of your path, how you can get out of your own way using meditation and walking in nature and yoga and all those other tools that we constantly talk about will be very supportive in helping you grasp the bigger picture, helping you really realize what that bigger picture is. Now, going back to the money part, so the opposite of the Taurus energy, which is all the personal side of money, is we have shared resources with Scorpio. So this is how you take care of the family and other people and your responsibilities. And this can also be inheritances. So as I was thinking about inheritances, it's not just money that we inherit. We inherit the patterns, the programming from our ancestors, and anyone else that we hang out with. So our friends, we are influenced by them. Our personal life experiences also impact that. So we want to release those things that we've inherited that are not aligned with our highest good. So our personal value system, anything related to money, anything related to success, fear of failure, fear of making money or losing money, which can be the Scorpio energy. It's that death and rebirth. So if there's any fears related to that, then we want to clear those with this abundance activation that we're going to be doing tonight. Another point that I wanted to bring up in this chart and for you to be aware of is Mars is in Libra right now. And this is, Mars is action oriented. It wants to get things going. So when it's sitting here in Libra, it's trying to be diplomatic. So if there are situations in your life where you're feeling you just want to run for it and you feel like you're being held back or other people are holding you back or whatever the situation is that you're just feeling like I need to hold on to this situation or address this situation, that's what Mars is doing. And it will soon be moving into Scorpio. So just be aware of that, that if you're feeling slightly held back, that this is what's taking place with Mars in that placement. So Mercury, we'll talk about Mercury in just a second, getting ahead of myself. So Scorpio is all about personal power. And a lot of the messages that we've been receiving for the last several new moons have been related to stepping into your power, releasing those situations where you're having unhealthy boundaries or people aren't listening to you or the dynamic of the relationship isn't healthy. So this is really a time of you returning to power on all levels. And whatever that means for you it's very personal. There's nobody that can tell you what that power is or how to step into that power. This is about you saying no when you mean no and saying yes when you mean yes. It's about you tuning into what you value most and really following that versus following the expectations or requirements of other people. So as you're honoring yourself in this process, just call back your power. Where have you given your power away? How can you call that back and reclaim that and feel that within your heart and then throughout your entire body? So as I mentioned before, we're going to be doing some prosperity recalibration related to your power, as well as the power of money and the resources that you need to be successful. The release of having and losing, right? Because sometimes we have situations where we lose something, we feel like, what's the point? Why should I move forward? And then we will also be resolving inherited beliefs and values. So now let's talk a little bit about Mercury, because it's going retrograde next week. Literally, we're in the shadow right now, and it begins officially October 31st, and we're going through November 20th. And before you freak out and think, oh my God, I can't do anything while Mercury is retrograde, It's a time to slow down. Absolutely. This is a time to reflect, to reconnect with whatever you value most. Again, it's going to be taking place in Scorpio. So you're really going to want to connect with this energy, see what's coming up for you. Make sure you're not resisting and fighting it, so that you claim who you are and what wants to be resolved. This is a time to revisit, resolve. It's a mental cleansing. It's a time to renegotiate situations, even if you've done this past pattern for the past 30 years and now you want to move towards this type of pattern. It's okay. It's your time to rewrite your life. So make sure that you're honoring yourself and knowing how you want to show up in the world. Be the master of your own energy, and make sure that you're making yourself stronger through this process by reprogramming what is coming up, that you're seeing new ways of being, right? Like I always look outside of myself and look at other people and say, oh, I like the way that they're acting in the situation. And then I start adopting and responding the way that they do. So it becomes a very powerful tool for me to make those shifts. Make sure that you're very aware of what's coming up. There's going to be a lot of emotional stuff since this is taking place in Scorpio. And Venus is helping support and really see the deeper emotional issues that are coming through your intuition and through the physical world. So just be very aware of this. Nothing to fear, but definitely something that you want to be the master of and navigate. Here are some of my favorite picks for the Scorpio new moon for essential oils. Essential oils are a great way for calming and soothing your system, as well as energizing you and helping you stay focused. So one of my favorites for the Scorpio energy is cedarwood. It really connects us with community. It helps calm insecurities, as well as reducing any anxious feelings that we may have. Because there may be a lot of fears coming up, juniper berry is one of my favorites because it calms the kidneys, which is where fear resides. It helps increase energy flow and releases fears that we're going through, especially in that dark night of the soul. Another great one is frankincense. This helps you in seeing your truth, how you're relating to others, as well as with yourself, so that you really are honoring yourself, because it's a tree oil, very grounding, stabilizing, and helps you connect with the earth. So I know it's a deep energy and we want to stay in that grounded, earthy place so that we really do honor ourselves and what's coming up. Some of my favorites that boost self-worth, self-esteem, two of my favorites, grapefruit and bergamot. So these help you in building trust with yourself, in honoring yourself, making sure you're setting those healthy boundaries and being able to move forward. If you do have questions about essential oils, I do offer a 30-minute free assessment to help you understand how they can integrate with your life and address any of your physical, emotional, spiritual, mental needs that you may have with essential oils. So I want to open up the lines. I'm going to stop sharing here. And see what's up. All right. And unmute. You can mute yourself if you've got background noise, but let's start with some either questions you may have or anything that's coming up or what you're wanting to manifest with the Scorpio energy. Kathleen, are you here?
I have a question
Yes.
about, this is Leslie.
Hi,
I have
Leslie.
a question about, hi, I have a question about the birth chart. The
Yes.
birth chart that you use, because I actually printed mine out, and I wanted to find out, so you look for where Scorpio is on your birth chart and which house it falls in, and that's how you determine what you're addressing
Absolutely.
during this new moon?
So
Okay.
tell me what house it's in.
6
In your
and
sixth house?
8. Yes.
So the sixth
Scorpio
house.
comes 6th house and the 8th house.
Okay, it could be in 2. Like it could be like the 6th, 7th.
It literally shows up. Yeah, it shows up in the 6th house, and it's in the 8th house.
So it's consuming the 6th, 7th, and 8th houses?
Yeah, like my 7th house is empty.
But the 7th house is in Scorpio? So Scorpio's
So
the
maybe,
little M, so you look at the ring on the outer part and it's a little M symbol.
Yeah, so based on what I printed, the Scorpio sign shows up in the 6th house.
Okay. So the 6th house relates to daily habits, the things that you do to make money, sort of the daily routines. It relates to your health. So if there's anything, so what's kind of coming up is you feel your body on a very deep level because of Scorpio energy. So you're probably very intuitive and in tune. And if you're not, then you should be, right? Because it's the part of you that you're denying. But it's really listening to your physical body and what those needs are and how you're feeling. So the other thing that's coming up is you're probably picking up a lot of stuff from other people and a lot of their energies. And you want to make sure that you're clearing that. Do you do energy clearing work on yourself?
I do. I use a selenite stick sometimes, but it's I mean, as far as my physical health, I've been really trying to get back into the routine of meditating daily and working out. I've been needing to do that because I haven't done it in months, and I actually just was sick for like a month.
And that's your body telling you that your body really needs that. You know, we need to move. It's not just sitting in meditation, but it's the movement, the physical activity. That's going to help you in releasing some of these excess energies that are coming on so that you're not in other people's energies, because it can affect your health, it can affect your sleep patterns, it can affect everything, how you feel overall. So it feels like you've been in kind of this sluggish place for the last little while, and moving your body, you know, that physical activity is going to help you in shaking off other people's energies.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it does.
Good. All right, I've got a
Hello.
chat box. Wait. Scorpio's in my 5th house as well. Uranus is my 11th house. I too was wondering what I can expect and how I can use this to help me get more money and transform how I get funds. So the 5th house relates to what you love. It's about having fun. It's about children. It's about playing. So especially with Scorpio, it's like you need to be having a lot of fun and loving what you're doing, because Scorpio is so passionate and so emotional. So do you do something related to work that that is very fun and energizing and around kids, or you know, games and that type of stuff, or heart related? Those types of things would definitely help. And then with Uranus in your 11th house, this is all about shared resources, right? So it's about being altruistic. It's about what other people's needs and what you're passionate about. So Uranus is really shaking up how you view the world. So if you've been in a place where it's all about you, now it's all about, you know, it's opening you up to see on a bigger picture how you can support the community or the world or whatever you're passionate about. So I hope that helps you, Miss Lisa. All right. Who was just speaking?
Ani.
Me. Okay,
Ani.
me.
Ani. No, Ani. Ani.
Ani. Hello, love.
Yeah. Hi. So I don't have my chart up, but up for me is the transfer of the deed of the property from my aunt, and also focus on, you know, how to make money.
Right. Well, that definitely supports that inheritance that we see with Scorpio. So I'm glad that that's getting resolved for you. Make sure that, especially with Mercury in the position right now, make sure that you're dotting every I and crossing every T, so that you know, you're making sure that everything is exactly as it needs to be and not what you think it is. So just make sure that you're very cautious with that. As far as the money piece, you don't know what house this falls in for you.
No.
I might have to email you because I'll have to look at your chart.
Okay, thank you.
I was just thinking about you today, so I'm glad you're on the phone, on the call.
Good. Yeah, I've been meaning to reach out to you for a long time.
And me too. It's been,
Yeah, here we go.
these last 3 months have just flown by.
I know.
Crazy. Well, I'm glad you're here.
Thank you.
All right. Anyone else have their chart up or have questions about where this is falling in for them? Or anything you want?
Yeah, I do.
All right, love.
Hi, is that me? Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, mine's in my job and service. That's where it falls in mine.
So
I
six
have
house?
that written down here. Yeah,
Okay. Sort of
Yes,
like I was just
yes,
talking with
there.
Leslie, it's about, yeah, it's the service you do for others, but it's also how you take care of yourself. It's those physical daily routines that make up, you know, whatever it is you're trying to manifest. So if it's health related, then it's the daily routine of exercise and eating well and, you know, all of the things that you do. If it's money related, then it's the routines that you do related to your job. So is there anything specific that you're sort of focused on with this new moon?
Yeah, I think just managing stress better. I have a stressful situation in my life right now.
Okay.
And I'm working on letting that go because I'm beginning to see that it's all tied into I need to speak up about it more. Come from a loving place, of course, but stand in my power, if that makes any sense.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I've just had some physical things going on the last 2 weeks. Nothing major, but a couple of procedures. And I'm just bone tired. How do you like that expression? But I thank God that it's like intuitively today, I just was supposed to be working, but I really did a peg day today. I just said, my brain feels fried. I'm just letting go of everything. And I went and meditated, and I just feel like I'm just allowing myself to just be a bit burnt and tired right now because it's just for this moment, and I have to really put myself first, right?
Absolutely. And I'm glad that you did that.
Yeah.
It's a great example of that self-care that makes such a difference and how easy it is for us to push beyond, right? Just keep pushing and how it affects us, especially when we're so stressed anyway. So it's a, you know, I applaud you for doing that. It's not always easy to do.
Thank you. Thank you.
And as far as the stress, you know, listening to your body, what it is that you can do so that you're really honoring what your body needs in this process, whether it's, you know, the exercise or taking an Epsom salt bath or meditation or, you know, whatever it is that helps you reduce stress is something you have to do every single day.
Yes. Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else have a chart up or a question or manifestation?
I have one more question.
Yes, darling.
Okay, I'm sorry. This is my first time. Okay, one question. A friend of mine who couldn't be on the call today, she's a Scorpio, and she and I are looking at a business venture together. We've been talking about it for a while, with also a third person. So I'm wondering, and we're trying to figure out the best way to manifest it, right? So should that be before or after the new moon, or the same, like when the new moon is taking place? Because we were talking about chanting together and meditating together, and you know, something like that. So I'm just curious, is there a better time?
The day of the new moon, as close to the new moon or shortly thereafter would be the best time to do it, because the new moon is all about the newness, right? So it's new projects, new opportunities, new partnerships, whatever it is, it's setting that intention with the newness. If you do it prior to that, it could release any issues that you may have before you go into it. But I really like to focus some sort of ritual with the new moon so that those intentions are very clear.
Okay.
It's very exciting. What's your new business? Can you share?
Yeah, I'm excited to share. So it's wholesaling real estate investing, wholesaling homes and apartment complexes and commercial real estate. This will be the first time that either of us have kind of gone in this direction, but you know, we're just looking at ways to monetize without utilizing a bunch of our own capital up front.
Absolutely.
That,
That's the biggest frustration with real estate, right? The capital
yeah.
investment. So interesting,
Yeah,
because
so
that's on my radar too.
oh, wow. So we'll have
Yeah.
to chat more for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. It's I used to purchase home, I used to flip houses, and recently I've had 4 people come in my path that want to do it. And I'm like, all right, the universe is definitely pointing me in this direction. And then there's some other projects around real estate that are coming up that I'm super excited about. So there's a lot of transitions, and real estate is such a, can be such a lucrative opportunity.
I think it falls right in line with where the Scorpio is falling on my chart first, which is in 6th, the daily activity. It's going to take a daily regimen of just diligence and just getting out there and staying committed to it.
Absolutely.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, it's in my 4th house, so it relates to home base, right?
Yeah.
I know, I kind of giggled when all this was coming up. I was like, oh, that makes total sense with Scorpio where it's at. Can't script this stuff, right?
Not at all.
Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing. That's amazing.
Thank you too.
Anyone else have their chart up or a question or anything they want to manifest, they want to share? All right, Miss Tiara.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, love. Did I say your name correctly?
Yeah, it's Tiara. That's
Okay.
it.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Yes, I have. I don't have my chart up right now. I was trying to find it in my phone, but somehow I lost it. But so I don't have my chart up. But I just wanted to ask ideas about regarding the new moon that we're in. The thing that I've been thinking about for a long time is the move that I should make in regards to making money, because I'm a Pisces, and so the water sign, I'm definitely absolutely all up in Scorpio, and actually I'm a Pisces sun, but my rising is Scorpio and my moon is Scorpio too. So I'm all water, and I really want to get in line with what the energy can give me to assist me with thinking about ways that I can make money. And it's kind of a precarious situation because I'm not I'm not working like a job right now, because a few years ago I had gotten to a really scary health situation, and so I had got on disability. And so, I'm doing the best I can with receiving that and like making my art and doing what I can to raise my son. And I have a lot of support from my family. Thank goodness, thank God, all praises due, because I'm so blessed. But I do want to get more income and try to figure out a way to get back into my community, if that's possible. So I just want to know what what is it that I can do that really makes sense for me, if anything? Does it have to be something online? I don't know what that is, but I really been thinking about it like, okay, Sierra, what can we do to make money? What can we really, really,
I
really
love
do?
that. And
Yeah.
obviously that's something that a lot of people think about. So I'm glad you got the time and energy to do that. So when you're looking at your chart, I would specifically look to see where the 2nd, 6th, and 10th houses fall for you, because these
Okay.
are all manifesting in physical form. These are what I call the money houses. So obviously money is a tangible tool and we need to manifest it in physical form. So looking where those fall can help you in determining, you know, are there other planets that are at play in those houses? How does that influence me? What excites me around where that falls? So you're really tuning into what your chart is saying. It's not just about your sun sign and being a Pisces, right? So you really want to know where that where the 2nd, 6th, and 10th houses are falling for you.
Okay. When you say that, you mean what planets are in those houses?
And what astrology signs they're in.
What astrology signs they're in? Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
because those will, every astrology sign has specific characteristics, and you know, knowing what those characteristics are will help you in understanding yourself better. There's also an assessment from Gallup poll called Clifton Strengths, and I really encourage everybody to take it. All of my coaching clients take it. I know they use this in colleges to help kids fine tune, you know, what their career path is. But it tells you it's $50 for the entire test, and it gives you these 34 different strengths. And I have people look at their top 5, but mostly their top 10 strengths, because again, this will help you focus on what's most important to you. If you're trying to do something like be organized and disciplined, and that's not in your top 10, then it's like beating your head against the wall. So knowing what your strengths are help you to step away from the things that maybe get distracted by from other people and think, oh, maybe I should do that because so-and-so is doing it. But if it's not your strength and passion, it's not going to support you. So the strength helps you in really staying focused. If I look at my strengths all the time, I use them in dialogue with people and let people know that, you know, my top strength is being strategic and futuristic. So I can help people see the future and understand what I'm being strategic right now with you, right? Like I've got a strategic tool that's going to help you in understanding yourself better. But when we do that, we can tune out the things that we're not good at, that we're not passionate about, and really focus our energy on the things that we are. And it's just another great tool to understand yourself better. So I encourage you to take that.
I'm definitely going to do that. You said the 2nd, 6th, and 10th?
Yes, those are the
houses.
houses.
Okay. Great. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. Thanks for joining us. All right. Anyone else? Question, comment, chart?
What was the name of that test?
It is Gallup poll. You know, Gallup poll, it does all the polls. They actually purchased this product called, it's from Clifton is the guy's last name. So it's Clifton Strengths, C-L-I-F-T-O-N Strengths. So if you did Gallup poll and strengths assessment, it would populate. Yeah, it's pretty fascinating. It's a great tool. All right, I'm gonna mute everybody and we're gonna jump into a meditation here. So, oh, there we go. I lost my mute. All right, so hopefully you're in a place that you are free from distractions and can just tune in to yourself at this time. Go ahead and find a place comfortable, either sitting up or lying down, closing your eyes. Let's begin with some breathing, dropping those shoulders back, breathing into the nose, and exhale, release. And just being mindful, tracing the breath as you draw it in. And as you exhale, release any stress and tension you may be holding. tuning into your body, tracing the breath, releasing any tension you're holding in the neck and the shoulders. Maybe you gently rotate them. Just let go of anything that no longer serves you. Breathing through the chest, feeling the chest rise and fall. And as you exhale, release any tension you're holding in the back, your arms, heavy and soft, relaxing the hips, your legs. Just let everything melt away. You're in a space that's safe and protected. We call in your guides and ancestors to encircle you at this time, protecting you, projecting their unconditional love to you. And just imagine that they're encircling you and you're feeling their love, compassion, support. And take a breath and just breathe that in. And exhale, release. And imagine you and your entourage are walking down a pathway. You're on a beautiful island. And you hear a waterfall in the distance. And you walk through the pathway, clear the path. As it opens up to this beautiful waterfall, there's a gorgeous emerald pool of water in front of you. And the water is warm and inviting. You can't wait to get in and see yourself stepping into the water, or maybe you just splash right into it. Whatever feels right to you. It's warm and inviting. And the water is energizing. It's literally helping you rinse away anything that no longer serves you. It's clearing away anything from under the surface. Long-standing emotions that no longer serve you. Maybe there's patterns of behavior, beliefs that you're holding on to. Just allow the water to rinse them all free. Maybe you see yourself going under the waterfall. And just like a shower, you're allowing it to rinse off anything that no longer serves you. It's helping you break free and shake off other people's perceptions, their beliefs, their patterns, anything that's been inherited through your family, your friends, associates, beliefs that you're holding on to from this or other lifetimes. Just allow the water to rinse it off. And literally, as it's being rinsed off, the debris is dropping to the bottom of the water, the bottom of the pool, allowing you to cleanse and purify, allowing your light to shine. Just allow the water to draw out any impurities, any beliefs in imperfection, any values that no longer serve you about success, abundance, any fears related to being successful or the fear of not being successful. This water is energizing as well as purifying. It's activating a stream of abundance that's coming in through the crown of your head. And this abundance is helping you up-level who you are, your belief system, the way you want to show up in the world, your beliefs about money. And the water actually feels magnetic as you're drawing to you the resources that you need, the abundance, success, money, resources, that you're seeing yourself with a new value system. And this energy is moving down into your heart, expanding every area that it's touching, helping you align with what your heart's desires are versus your head. And take a deep breath in. And exhale, release. And notice what's taking place in your body. Are you feeling the energy move? Are you noticing anything different? Whether you do or don't, it's okay. Just sit with the energy and see what you feel. This energy is bringing enlightened energy from the bottom of the pool that's coming up through your feet, up through your legs. It's that deep intuition and honoring your intuition, trusting your gut instincts, allowing them to guide you. And at this time, this energy may be creating transformation, death of relationships, death of past perceptions, really helping you in letting go. Seeing yourself gather the shared resources, that you're not here to go it alone, that there are other people to support you on your path. It will never diminish your success. In fact, it will enhance it. And take a deep breath in. And exhale, release. And feel your guides and ancestors around you. They're applauding you in releasing this and integrating and activating the abundance that is divinely yours. And there's neurons that are activating in your brain, giving you new ideas, insight into what direction you should move, activities to help support you in taking action. And you're also attracting the resources that continue to inspire you and moving in the direction that supports your goals. That you're trusting yourself, you're honoring your higher self and following that guidance. And take a deep breath in. And exhale, release. And as you're sitting in this pool of water, Perhaps there's a specific goal or intention that you want to set with the Scorpio new moon. Visualize yourself doing it, being it, whatever it is, feeling it. Maybe you don't know what it is yet, but just feel the success. What are you going to do to celebrate that success when you achieve this goal? Just imagine yourself celebrating, honoring yourself, feeling abundant, seeing your personal growth as a result of this process. Supporting you in overcoming fears, doubt, any limitations that are holding you back. Just allow yourself to absorb, to receive. Your arms are literally wide open, accepting all the beautiful gifts that the universe is sending you. You feel honored and grateful for this process. And take a moment just to sit with this energy before we wrap up. Just feel the great love, validation, support. And know that you can carry this with you in every day. You call upon your guides, your ancestors, expressing gratitude to them for supporting you. And imagine you're getting out of the pool of water, getting back onto the shore, feeling changed for this moment, feeling inspired and empowered. You may have specific messages on action you're supposed to take. You might just have a feeling, expansion that's taking place with this activation. But know that you are changed, that your body is activated, that you're aligning with abundance and success now. Express gratitude to your guides, your ancestors for supporting you at this time. Express gratitude to your higher self. And most importantly, express gratitude for yourself for taking this time and honoring yourself in this transformation. And when you feel that your processing is complete, go ahead and open your eyes. You may have specific messages, images, information that's come in. It'd be good to write it down right away so you don't forget. And I'm going to unmute everybody for any final comments or questions or anything that interesting that came up during meditation tonight. Anyone want to share?
It was beautiful. I love being in the green emerald water.
I know it makes me want to go to Hawaii because I was visualizing it as some pool in Hawaii somewhere.
Yes. Oh.
Yeah, a lot of
Nothing.
energy.
Uh-huh. So I'm inviting in the guidance so I can understand it.
I love that.
So I'm sure it was there, but it hasn't come.
And we don't always, I find that I often get downloads of information, but I don't know what it is, right in the moment. Sometimes I do,
Okay.
but sometimes it takes some time for your body to process and assimilate it. And then you'll get ideas, or somebody will say something that triggers it, and you're like, oh, that's what that is. So it's, I don't always get these glaring answers, which I always want, right? Like you're in meditation and you want that glaring answer to turn right or left or whatever the answer is. And it doesn't always show up like that. So just be aware that this is a process of activation. And that's true with any, meditative activity. So it's not always clear in the moment.
Thanks.
I think I took away, this was the first time I struggle with doubt, with self-doubt, which deters me and discourages me from acting. And this was like a moment to where doubt didn't even come up once during this meditation. It was just hit the ground running is all that I felt. So thank you.
Great message, right?
Yeah.
Just do it. I love it. Anyone else had anything interesting that popped up during meditation, or questions you may have before we wrap up? I've put everyone else to sleep. Definitely does make a
Very
difference.
quiet.
Hopefully you'll sleep amazingly well tonight and have some incredible dreams that give you insight into whatever your next step is, or what needs to be resolved, or how to heal a situation. I just find that this is really powerful right before you go to sleep. So hopefully something amazing will come out of it for you. All right.
When can we chat again?
I'm sorry?
When can we chat again?
Well, back in a month, right? But please reach out if you do have questions or if stuff comes up, because I love to hear how stuff is, coming to fruition, or other things that come to play. Like, I want to celebrate your successes. And we can't always share our successes with everybody because people get jealous and, they get some weird vibes on your stuff. And you really want to make sure that you're sharing your enthusiasm and excitement and success with people that want to celebrate you. So please let me know of the successes that are taking place, because I'm here to celebrate you. I want you to manifest. That's why I do this program, is to make sure that you're manifesting your heart's desires. So please reach out.
Word.
Yeah, very generous.
All right, my friends, thank you all for being here tonight. I won't play. Enjoy the next couple of days before the new moon takes place on Sunday, right? Sunday. And we'll be here next month for the Sagittarius new moon, and it'll be pretty much it for the year, right?
Sagittarius, time.
Crazy.
Bye.
All right. Good night, all. Love you. Bye.
Good night. I love you
Bye-bye.
too. I think, honey.